What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so comedian Marlon Wayans has weighed in on the controversial The Reckoning documentary that has placed a brighter spotlight on numerous allegations of misconduct and abuse against so-called disgraced hip-hop mogul and recording artist Sean Diddy Combs. As an executive producer of Netflix's The Reckoning, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson took his longtime rivalry with Diddy to a new level by leveraging his entertainment industry power behind the four-part miniseries. A clip of Wayans appearing on the Cruise Show radio program was posted to social media a few days ago. During the interview, the Wayans brothers sitcom star was asked about the docuseries, suggesting that Diddy was involved in two of the most infamous tragedies in music history. Bay Area rapper Tupac Shakur and Brooklyn rapper Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace were unfortunately casualties of the so-called East Coast, West Coast rap beef of the 90s. Diddy was the head of the Notorious B.I.G.'s Bad Boy record label at the time of the feud. Since Tupac's passing in 96 and Biggie's the very next year afterwards, widespread speculation placed the blame for the respective homicides on Diddy. Wayans shared his thoughts on the scandalous rumors presented in 50 Cent's docuseries. Wayans said, quote, "I've known Puff for 30 years. And he told radio personality Jay Cruz and his co-host, referring to one of Combs' many professional monikers. He was then questioned about the whispers of Diddy's alleged involvement in Pac being gunned down in Las Vegas and Biggie being gunned down in Los Angeles. Wayans responded, who's telling the story? You can create any narrative as a producer or as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. Seemingly implying the Reckoning creative team could have had a specific agenda in painting Diddy a certain way. You're creating a narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I could get footage, and I could make you think about this in a certain way. I can make you think about this person. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. He also mentioned the well-known issues between Jackson and Combs, saying, quote, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. On whether the G-Unit boss was wrong for producing the new documentary, Wayans said it's between him and Puff. It's between both them and God. In addition, Wayans offered a warning to 50 Cent that fate could intervene and put him in his own troubling situation that plays out in front of the world. The New York City-born stand-up comic stated, you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action. And, to that, I definitely agree with that sentiment. Like, to me, I think 50 Cent is doing this for the wrong reasons. It's not because he feels anything for the so-called victims. He's doing this because he hates Diddy, and he want to kick Diddy while he's down. And if you know anything about 50 Cent, his history, he's a very petty individual. He's a snitch. And he loves to kick people while they're down. And he's very ruthless. So now that Diddy's in a weakened position, 50 Cent is going at him all, completely, he's going at him full throttle. And, it'd be one thing to me if Diddy had did something to 50 or a close family member that justifies this, then I could kind of understand it. But from what I can understand, from what I'm hearing, and from what I've been hearing over the years, and from what I could make of it, it has to do with a woman. And for a guy who made songs calling himself a PIMP and all this, That seems really simpish to me, real simpish, if that's the case, right? Which apparently it is. To add to this, right? There's a woman who's going viral, and she spoke on this situation with 50 Cent and Diddy, and she basically said, like, yeah, Diddy is a piece of shit, but we got to stop acting like these people around him are children. They're not little children. They were adults who made the conscious decision to hang around this person and to involve themselves in this person. And then when things don't work out the way they wanted to, they don't want to play victim. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a lot of these people that get involved in these Ponzi schemes. Yeah, the scam artist should be responsible, I guess, to a certain extent for defrauding people. But your greed also got in the way of your common sense when he proposed these cockamamie schemes and these business endeavors to you. Your common sense should have told you something's wrong with it, but your greed got in the way. I mean, it is what it is, man. But she also talked about how 50 Cent only has this energy toward people that look like him. And that's one of the main issues that people like myself and others have about 50 Cent. He only has this energy toward people that look like him.
So somebody told me about a documentary about Diddy or something. Come to find out, 50 Cent is the one behind it. But I don't know why y'all are so surprised that 50 Cent would do this. I don't know why y'all are so surprised saying, oh my God, he doing too much. How? This is how he moves. He has no loyalty towards black people at all. He will bend over backwards if it was beneficial for him, for the Jews who take down Kanye every time Kanye speaks. It's the biggest manipulation game of the fucking planet. I don't know why y'all are surprised. If y'all look at 50 Cent's track record, who do he attack? Who do he try to take down? Who do he try to steal from? Who do he try to physically harm to gain power in this system that is non-black? Okay. He always goes after his own people. Not once has he ever said something against a non-black person because he knows that is how he gonna stop his bag. In America, they know one of the biggest ways to separate black people is by giving them opportunities and money. They know all they gotta do is offer you an opportunity and you will turn your back on your own people because it's beneficial for you. The individual mindset. I remember Wallow said a while ago, oh well, our people always try to make it about color. Color. They don't care about color. Yes, the fuck they do. Yes, the fuck them motherfuckers do. As soon as a true black person, a black person who truly tries to help you grow and develop, what do? They take you down each and every time. You could never pay me to do money with people that don't support my community as a whole. Not as me as an individual. You have to support us as a whole or you don't want me. And I just find it weird. Like, what are y'all watching this documentary about? Oh, well, he killed Biggie. He killed Tupac. No, they killed they fucking selves. Because you knew who you was dealing with. I find it weird when these conversations come out, y'all act like these are children and they're just taking advantage of. These are grown adults that knew for a fact this man was sneaky. If he was sneaky towards one person, he'll do it towards you. What are you saying? Biggie knew this man was sneaky and conniving. There are videos of this man kissing on other men. What are you saying? They had transgenders in the videos. Why do y'all try to act like these people are adolescents and they don't know what the fuck they're doing? Everybody that dealt with Diddy knew what the fuck was going on, what their risk was. Like, I don't need to see no freaking documentary about no man getting bent over or trying to harm people. That's what life is. Y'all are, like... You can't expose nobody's darkness to me because I understand we all have something dark going on in our life. At one point of period, you had something going on. Nobody is totally clean. I don't care what nobody got to say. That's the whole point of coming to earth, so you can wake up to your darkness, not to ignore it.
And, another thing that I don't understand is, well, I understand it, but, now all of a sudden, Diddy is linked to the assassinations of Tupac and Biggie. But it's interesting. Until he went to prison recently, until they broke Suge Knight was linked to both of those situations. Now I get the evidence has come out recently and all of that, you know what I'm saying? With old boy, basically Keefy D telling on himself on, on that guy's podcast. I get that. But for the longest time, P. Diddy was protected. P. Diddy was more or less protected by the mainstream media until, you know what I'm saying, he got into legal issues with them folks. And then it just evaporated. Sort of like how Bill Cosby was protected until he tried to purchase, NBC. You know what I'm saying? It's just, at the end of the day, what that lady's saying is true, man. Is they do try to divide and conquer people, in particular us. And if you are a person who is black and you try to come out with a message where you're for your people, ultimately they will screw you. They will screw you over. They don't want that. That's a threat to them. So either they're going to ridicule you, or if they can, I mean, they're not going to try to, at this point in time, they're not going to try to like get rid of you permanently, because they got other ways they can do it. They're just going to discredit you, make a joke of you, whatever the case may be. But yeah, we're going to come back to when it goes to 50 though, man. I do think Karma's going to come back on his ass, man. Karma will come back on his ass. And, they only do this shit to us, these documentaries. Michael Jackson was investigated 10 years by the FBI, and they found nothing. But yet you had Oprah, who's supposed to be one of his best friends, turn on him and help produce a documentary after the man is dead, after the man's deceased. And she did that documentary with two people who are known to be con artists and liars, proven liars. So, you got the Michael Jackson documentary, you got the Diddy documentary now, you got the R. Kelly documentary. Where's the Donald Trump documentary at? Why 50 Cent so gung-ho and such a Trump supporter if you don't like people who victimize women? This ain't a video of me, because some people are spinning like that. Why you taking up for Diddy? No. I'm calling out 50 Cent's hypocrisy. That's what I'm calling out. I'm calling out the fact that he ain't doing this documentary for noble purposes. He's doing it because he have a problem with Diddy, a personal vendetta against Diddy. That's it. And those people, other people, I'll just put it like that, it's always been about race with them. Always. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to name too many names here, but, Paul Walker, the actor, right? He was 40 years old when he died. His girlfriend was 24. He had been with her for 8 years. You do the math. Anybody accuse her of accuse her of being a you know what? But Shaq got to apologize for being with a 24-year-old. Anyway, that's all I got to say. What you got to say?